So a couple months ago, BK texted me along with the rest of the Kenzo Master Installers in Singapore. We were invited over to HQ in 𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙚 KL for a product testing session. As some of y'all might know, we have been users of IGL Coatings for years now. Ever since we started Supreme Shine, we got ourselves certified and are certified Kenzo Master Installers of IGL Coatings. The 𝗾𝗺𝗃 and Kenzo, our top 2-tier coating packages, have served us and the customers well. We also recently launched our windows polishing package, which features IGL Coatings 𝗒𝗄𝑐𝑜AT windows. This video is not sponsored, but I would just like to bring you through the experience and share with you how the trip was. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. So on the morning of the 17th, I went over to Changi Airport. Some of them were planning to drive all the way there, but I chose to take a plane because it has been years since I took a plane. So once I alighted, I head straight for immigration because I received a text saying that we will be meeting at the boarding gate instead. And God, have I forgotten how big Changi was, because once I passed immigration, I realized that my boarding gate was at the far end of the terminal. So I enjoyed this long walk all the way there, but honestly I was rewarded by how big and how beautiful the waiting area was, because honestly this boarding gate waiting area feels like a cozy little lounge. And if you are wondering why I'm walking around aimlessly like that, it's because I'm trying to look for the rest of the team. So after finding that, I managed to get to use my passport for the first time in 4 years. Now, if you do see me smiling towards the camera, it's because every moment of that smile is pure genuine joy. Not only do we get a fully paid trip over, I also get to travel without any restriction. Now, I know I'm late to the party for celebrating that, but boy is it fun to travel again. Well, mostly. So apart from it being a warm welcome from the Malaysian team for us to get to know the brand better, we were also invited for a product testing session where we will get to try out products that weren't on the shelves yet. As you will see later in this video, they did not disappoint. After splitting into groups and sharing a cab to the hotel, we got our double rooms and dropped off our bags. And then we met up with the rest who were driving over and headed over to the HQ. Apparently the hotel was really near the HQ, so I heard it's even within walking distance, but thanks to the hospitality of the IGL Coatings HQ team, we didn't really have to find out how far that walking distance was. So meet Ivan. He's from the IGL Coatings team and he's here to pick us up along with his colleagues. We were greeted by a huge warm welcome by what I honestly think is the entire HQ staff, cause oh my god, there were so many people and I'm so sorry I forgot some of your names. Upon arrival, we registered for the event and we were even given a goodie bag with the iconic IGL Coatings green and housed a personal Master Installer shirt that had our individual names imprinted onto it. There was also this lanyard that had our names on it, which was also branded with the IGL logo and the event details. Plus, we also had this exclusive packaging of the 𝗒𝗄𝑐𝑜AT visor, which was released during a collaboration event between Art of Speed Malaysia and IGL Coatings. In the meantime, while chatting, some of us took this chance to have a look around the lobby, which not only displayed all its products, the latest packagings and versions of it, but also a comprehensive history of the company. Now reading all these, I started to really learn new things about the IGL Coatings brand, and honestly, Being part of the Singapore team of Master Installers came with its fair share of perks and guidance and the whole community, but we were always interacting locally, and before this we wouldn't have gotten a chance to interact with the other overseas team. So reading all this, I learned a few new things, and even a quick mental math will give you a sense of the company's accomplishment and the rapid growth they had over the past few years, spreading its reach across so many countries in the span of under a decade. As a detailer, these facts might rarely come to mind because we usually interact with the products in the form of a bottle and the chemicals. I mean, we all know our products like how we know a close friend, but sometimes it's really easy to forget that every product has a whole team behind the scenes, working together under a standard process and flow that was designed to really perfect all these products. And to be honest, I was starting to feel really guilty about not knowing all this history. But that's about to change soon. Now, after the lobby hangout, we were brought to this conference room to house us for the opening ceremony with an impressive big screen at the front of the stage. Because mind you, that ain't a projector, that's a huge screen which I can only imagine the huge investment that IGL Coatings have made when they set this up. And if you ask me, the investment really paid off because we got front row seats to a big welcome video, and the background slides really helped set the tone for the whole event. As we started off the event with an official signing ceremony between the HQ team and Auto Maxima for the renewal of their distributorship. We proceeded to have the HQ tour, starting from the offices and walking across the many meeting rooms in the building, kind of just getting a sense of everyone's day-to-day life at the company. We even got the chance to meet and talk with the marketing team, the faces behind the YouTube channel and Facebook of IGL Coatings. There, they shared with us a bit of their filming process and their workflow, together with the content that they will have to put up on their social media. And of course, when the time came for a guinea pig to be summoned up, we were all kind enough to volunteer.
For you guys to experience it, can you have one volunteer to be on our mock-up live?
Yeah, we volunteered Raymond. Then came the factory tour. Without spilling too much from the back, I just want to say that we got to have a close-up and first-hand experience of their operations. From receiving the shipment of raw materials, to the unpacking, to the packaging, and eventually the labeling and product testing and quality control. It was really a treat for us because not only do we get to gain this much insight to the day-to-day workings of a company, personally, it also makes me feel so much closer to the brand and product that I use on a daily basis. I mean, from just a mere Kenzo box that I picked up off the shelves, I get to know about the process, the story, the workflow behind it, and I think it makes you really appreciate the whole product and the brand story even more. If I were to summarize this part of the tour, firstly, IGL Coatings do really have very stringent quality control protocols in place, down to the very fine details of what defects or packaging error would cause the products to be dismissed. And also IGL's commitment to the whole eco-friendly and sustainability motto that they have. Ivan also really did a good job orientating us throughout the whole tour, introducing us to his colleagues one by one and directing all the relevant questions and inquiries to the right department and people. After the tour ended, it was already evening. All the walking and talking really worked up an appetite, so we headed out to dinner. And once again, arrangements by the IGL Coatings Malaysia team, from transport to ordering, we were really taken good care of. We also had plans for a go-kart at night, and because I wasn't that keen on finding out if I can get car sick from driving a go-kart, I excused myself from the race and relegated myself to being the team's photographer. Which wasn't all that bad because there was this very comfy lounge where you can watch from the top on how the race was going, along with a mini snack counter by the side. not.
You're not inside the car. I said it. Oh, you don't go to use it.
Day 2 was when we started the product testing, one of the main highlights of the trip and the reason we were invited over. And once we tried it, all of us were so excited. Like, you kind of get to see a lot of people's eyes just like open up, wondering when we'll get our hands on all these products. Of all the products we tested, some of which included various polishes of varying cut and finish, along with some new coating products. One of which was the impressive all-new 𝗾𝙤𝙡𝙤, which we got to touch and try before it even arrived on the shelves. They also had this very cool looking shed in the backyard, which was the location of the product testing area, but sadly it can't be replicated in Singapore despite how much I really love the setup. Speaking of which, another aspect of this trip that I really enjoyed was this atmosphere, because it's not every day you get to be surrounded by so many peers. So to be present in such a crowd and having everyone share their insights, stories, tricks and honestly tips on how to get the job done faster is really a treat. One of the final segments lined up for the event was a mini create your own soap workshop that they had. So we learned about how IGL Coatings test their soap products, how they measure the success of a soap's foaming capabilities, and we got to be reintroduced to the new and improved 𝗘𝗺𝗽𝗏, the shampoo from their 𝗘𝗺𝗨 product line. It was pretty cool in fact, getting to know the creation process of the products, and we had a crash course experiencing it. So we were provided with all these materials in this small spoon and bottles, and I would later realize why the spoons were so small, because something so small really goes a long way. We got to be hands-on on this. Unfortunately, I went a bit overboard with the dye and ended up with this dark blue soap solution that I originally wanted as a light blue. We also got to add our personal touch to each of our own creation with a label provided for us, and I of course took the chance to name it after our own company. Then we had a test to find out if the soap was really user-worthy based on the foaming capabilities. And after all the time, effort, patience in creating this magical potion, I would have been really proud to tell you that I actually passed the test with flying colours. But I will be lying.
Now let's put a number.
I say 73.
71.
Your sample is a bit better.
Wrap this up, but as usual, right, before wrapping this up, we have some pleasant surprise for everyone. Before we go to the pleasant surprise.
Everybody want Kenzo box?
Sorry?
Everybody 10 box Kenzo.
Actually, Ola is quite nice.
So with our bags full of all these gifts and our certificate of participations, we made our way back to the airport, thankfully without any traffic troubles. And that pretty much concluded our trip. So before we close off this video, a few words and shout out to friends within the community. To the IGL Coatings HQ team and Auto Maxima, genuinely thank you so much for having us on this trip. It was truly a great opportunity to be more involved with the brand. And throughout the testing process, the entire HQ team really took the time and effort to understand our inquiries and our feedback, both good and bad, before noting it down really extensively. Things like this really kind of make you feel very appreciated as a detailer, as we get to put our knowledge to a test. And I really hope that this video does the whole journey and trip justice and serve as a good vlog for all of us to look back to reminisce of the trip. To the Malaysia team, if you are watching this, thanks again so much for your warm hospitality. To the marketing team, thanks for sharing with us your insights on the video editing and video creation process. As the guy who's juggling between operations and marketing, I would really just say that a lot of advice have been put to great use in maximizing the potential of the video and also minimizing the behind the scene editing of it. To the R&D team, thanks for answering our questions and teaching us about the products, sharing the behind the scenes lab work with us, and thanks for allowing me to geek out and ask about the science behind the products. And I think with that, it's about time we close out the video. So what have we learned after you heard me babble and talk for the past half an hour? Number one, I'm not that good of a storyteller. Number two, the trip was really fun. And I only got to be a part of it as a member of the IGL Coatings Master Installer program. So if you are interested to find out more about the brand or detailing in general, there are a few links in the video description down below that can help you guide you in the right direction. And of course, if you are from the IGL Coatings family, do leave a comment down below as well. And I'm sure many of you are watching this will have a lot of questions. I personally have too. Now, number one, this video has been one of the toughest videos to edit due to the sheer amount of footages I had to go through and also look through. So I would just like to ask, if you have enjoyed this video or watched until this stage, could you just leave a like or subscribe to the channel? It really helps grow the channel. As all YouTubers would say, it really goes a long way, and honestly, I'm telling you, it does. As for my second question, BK, if you are watching this, when do we get to go to Thailand?